Welcome, yes, to Strange Darkness Radio live stream. What I'm doing is just testing it for the most part. We have a lot of new things that are happening in 2025 for Strange Darkness Radio, and I think it's going to be pretty freaking incredible. We have a new host, Vanessa Scaduto, the host and curator of Los Rotos podcast. Please, you guys, go check that podcast out. It's an amazing podcast. She's an amazing host. She has incredible guests that come on her show, which are comics, and sometimes they can get into the paranormal, which is our bag, right? That's what we do. So, with that being said, guess what? Vanessa Scaduto is coming on and hosting Strange Darkness Radio. Yes, you guessed it, people. She is the new host of Strange Darkness Radio. So, along with me, Carolyn, and Amy, Vanessa will be added to the main show, which brings a whole host of just deep dives into all things paranormal. She's an intuitive. She is entrenched in all of this. She has an amazing array of skill sets and talents and knowledge when it comes to all things paranormal, right? And with that being said, I'm just testing out things so I can get ready for what's next for Strange Darkness Radio. And so let's play a little, about Vanessa. Let's go into it. I want to see if you guys can hear this. And again, Bobby is always doing his test, but again, it's got to be right. It's got to be right, right? So here we go.
Hey everyone, I'm Vanessa Scaduto, and I am so excited to be joining the Strange Darkness Radio family. I'm a stand up comedian, podcast host, and someone who's always had a fascination with the unexplained. And trust me, I've had my fair share of eerie, unexplainable experiences. You might know me from Los Rotos podcast. That's my show where I mix comedy, life's chaos, and yes, some paranormal vibes too. And you can follow us on Instagram at Los Rotos Podcast or check us out on YouTube at Upside Down
Check her
Creative
out.
Media to check it out. And if you're wondering what makes me tick, let's just say I'm a bit of an intuitive. I've always had a knack for sensing things that don't quite fit the norm. And when I'm not exploring the supernatural, you'll find me on stage doing stand-up or sharing my adventures online on Instagram at Red Hair Anomaly. I can't wait to share stories, laughs, and maybe even a few goosebumps with you. So buckle up because things are about to get a little weird, a little wonderful,
Yes.
and a whole lot of fun.
Yes,
Greetings,
yes.
Vanessa. I'm Benson. I'm sure we've met before, but we'll talk about that another time. Now, back to the show.
You know how Benson does it. But yeah, so adding Vanessa to the show is going to be amazing. And I hope you guys definitely like and subscribe. I hope you definitely, go to her podcast, Los Rotos podcast. She's an amazing host. She's on her second season now, which is totally incredible. She's doing a bunch of new things with her show. Her set looks incredible. But I also want you guys to go and subscribe to our podcast via iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbeam, any place you get your podcast. Subscribe, please. Again, all I want you to do is subscribe. You're not paying for a cent, you're not paying for, anything. I will never put my show behind a paywall for sure. I just want you guys to have, a show that you can go to and have great conversations about the paranormal. You can be open minded to listen about new things and new adventures in this crazy world, or you can add your own stories to what you've experienced and listen to others, and maybe you've had an experience that is kind of like what another person saw or told a story about, and it kind of correlates to yours. So that's why I do the show. It's so you're not going crazy. You know that you saw this particular entity or UFO or whatever it is, right? But this other person comes on the show and says they saw exactly what you saw. Just, it gives you that reassurance that, I did see what I saw. So that's what our show is about. So again, Vanessa Scaduto is joining Strange Darkness Radio as our new host, along with me, Bobby Washington, Carolyn Gray, Amy Tiedemann. This is going to be one hell of a show. And she's on the main show, still doing bonus episodes. Marley's still around. She has a lot going on, but this is going to be incredible. We've already shot and filmed our first episode. I think it was incredible. It's basically Vanessa coming on and telling about herself. And you're going to hear that soon. So again, like and subscribe, stay tuned. And this is purely a test. I'm just kicking, a couple tires and, making sure everything works, making sure a road is, being cool. It's being cool. But I'm just trying to make sure everything is working right. So that way, when we do the show live on YouTube, everything looks and works like it's supposed to. But again, please like and subscribe to Strange Darkness Radio, our YouTube channel. Any place you get your podcast, we would love for you to listen. We do it for you. Thank you. Have a nice night. This is Bobby of Strange Darkness Radio. I got to get the girls on here, man. I'm always doing this by myself. Why? Why am I testing stuff by myself all the time? Come on. Leave it in comments about how you want them to appear live on our YouTube channel instead of just me by myself. But that goes for Amy, Carolyn, and Vanessa for that matter. But you can check her out live always on Los Rotos podcast. All right. Have a nice night.